Mabuhay Manila, Shadil here from ManilaShaker.com, and these two phones are a real headache. Why? Because most of you guys are still undecided on which one to buy, so here we are with a comparison of the two budget phone from Xiaomi, the Redmi Note 9 versus the Redmi 9. And hopefully, we help you in making that decision. These two phones are both well designed. Redmi Note 9 with glossy touch finish while Redmi 9 with a sort of matte finish that is less prone to fingerprint smudges. Camera architecture is different, but there is this sort of balanced design. The camera compartment is still distracting on both devices. I used to stretch my fingers to not touch the cameras, while on Redmi Note 9 I tend to position my fingers like this, and this is a bit awkward. Although, for me, this is more comfortable than the Redmi Note 9. Imagine playing Mobile Legends and FPS games. I tend to exert more force here on my left hand, making it very stressful. Seeing the Redmi Note 9 hole punch cutout, making it more attractive than the outdated dewdrop notch of the Redmi 9. And besides, while playing games in landscape mode, you can hide the cutout behind your fingers so that it is more comfortable for you to view the screen. At the end of the day, it's all yours to decide which suit you the most. The screen. Well, they both are the same 1080p resolution. Redmi Note 9 offers more protection and brighter screen and a little cooler tone display, but all can be adjusted in the display settings. Okay, so before you reach into your pocket to buy your device of choice, I'm gonna say optimization and comfortability are the deciding factors here. But before we proceed to that, let's first compare their camera quality. First of all, about the camera features, Redmi Note 9 does have a Pro mode that can shoot videos while adjusting the ISO and shutter, night mode and panorama, which you will not find on the Redmi 9. In video mode, Redmi Note 9 captures 1080p at 30fps in both main and ultra-wide lenses, and it offers stabilization. While Redmi 9 also captures 1080p footage at 30 frames, but it doesn't have an EIS. Now for the camera quality, 12MP pixel beamed shot from Redmi Note 9 is a lot brighter compared to the Redmi 9 even at nighttime. This is because Redmi Note 9 has a 48MP camera which collects more light than the traditional 12MP of the Redmi 9. The color reproduction of both devices are nearly identical, but indoors, Redmi 9 photos tend to be in a warmer tone, giving the photo more boost on the exposure. But overall image, Redmi Note 9 outputs more natural looking photos, while Redmi 9 produces more saturated pictures. Although both phones outputs soft images rather than sharp photos, which we think both needs a little optimization. Shooting on an 8MP ultra-wide in both phones, the exposures are nearly the same. The colors on Redmi 9 appeared to be bluer than Redmi Note 9. But when you turn the HDR mode, Redmi Note 9 offers more dynamic range photos as you can see on our foreground. The leaves are dynamically exposed, making the photo balanced, while Redmi 9 overall images are underexposed. Moving on to the macro lens, the two images are quite distinct. Redmi 9 outputs another saturated looking photo while Redmi Note 9 is on the natural color side. Now even though Redmi 9 has a 5MP macro lens compared to the 2MP macro cam of the Redmi Note 9, Redmi Note 9 still produced better detailed photos because the lens offers an autofocus system that enables you to get a closer shot of a subject. Even after cropping, the 5MP shot still has no lock. Redmi Note 9 still has the details. Now moving on to portrait lens, the subject to background separation is not accurate when we look and examine the top and sides of the subject. Although quality wise, Redmi Note 9 outputs a sharper image. Now switching to the front facing camera, 8MP on the Redmi 9 versus the 13MP on the Redmi Note 9. Redmi Note 9 produced brighter images, the skin is nearly true to life while Redmi 9 is on the pinkish tone. It doesn't have a deep contrast, making it a balanced overall image. While Redmi 9 still has an acceptable selfie, but the contrast nearly removes other details. However, shooting at night, Redmi Note 9 loses the skin tone color and Redmi 9 is more detailed and it does have a balanced contrast. Both devices record 1080p and 30 frames on selfie cam and Redmi 9 appears a little contrasty compared to Redmi Note 9. The video also appears mirrored, but Redmi Note 9 tends to have a little oversharpened video. Now let's finally talk about their performance. First things first, as I've said, they have the same 1080p display with Helio G80 on Redmi 9 and Helio G85 on Redmi Note 9. Okay, second thing, in our hand, the Redmi Note 9 has 4GB of RAM plus 128GB of internal storage, while Redmi 9 only has 3GB of RAM plus 32GB of internal memory. They are both running on Android 10.0 with MIUI 11 skin. Now here's a piece of quick news. Redmi Note 9 is currently receiving updates online, and the change log for the update is listed as improving system stability and reducing system lag. And another thing, Redmi Note 9 is listed on XDA developer forums to receive a stable MIUI 12, but it is still on beta. But again, that means we can have an access to more and improved stability and performance of the latest MIUI software. On the other hand, we don't have any news about Redmi 9 yet, except optimization update as well. To be honest, it's hard to review devices with newer chipsets as we don't have fixed performance results yet. This is because we are currently receiving optimization and software updates, but here's our latest info and the current situation of the two phones. We believe there are at least two types of optimization. One is from the game developer to the phone or to the chipset. So what chip was made first? Helio G80, right? That's why we first saw an update on Call of Duty Mobile on the Redmi 9. It already has medium plus high frame rates the time we are testing the device, while the G85 from the Redmi Note 9 only has low plus medium frame rates that time. That means whichever chipset came first will be first to receive an optimization from the game's developer. Right now they both have the same settings, medium plus high frames. Are you guys still with me? Now second is manufacturer itself. Let's say Xiaomi will push an optimization update on our devices. That's why we have software updates. This will optimize and fix all the bugs, some things inside your device, either its camera or performance, security, etc. Not on the game itself, and that depends on the phone maker. Now here we can see the price difference. Nothing to talk about here, I just want to show you their prices. Okay. The RAM and memory doesn't really matter if you are not into future proofing. Although the recommended RAM for now is 4GB variant, if you just going to use this as a media consumption device, 3GB of RAM is okay. But if you want some extra flexibility and capability, 4GB of RAM is your choice. The performance will only decrease if we have a bunch of apps currently running in the background, or if we have no more storage space left. On our test, running a single game with no running apps in the background, it was a satisfying gameplay experience, and as you can see, the launch time of both devices is almost the same. Therefore, a low RAM will not affect our gameplay. So here are their Antutu benchmark and speed tests. As you can see, Redmi Note 9 is leading in terms of process. It is also leading in numbers, and the only thing that we notice is Redmi 9 is 5 to 7% more stable than Redmi Note 9 in terms of gaming. And as I said earlier, it's about optimization. G80 is the first to be optimized since it is older than G85. So here's our conclusion. Redmi Note 9 is, like we said, will have a stable MIUI 12. So that means the phone maker or the manufacturer can still push another optimization update for MIUI 11. But we think they are focusing to push the optimization on the MIUI 12 instead. So even we are receiving updates, it feels like there was no change in the performance. In terms of battery endurance test, Redmi 9 is more power consuming, but with that being said, we believe it is still because of optimization. It is slightly powerful, hence the battery life will drain faster. But that's another conclusion by us. And in terms of charging, they charge almost the same time. So overall, budget-wise, Redmi 9 is acceptable and affordable. It has a nice performance, although it lacks versatility. The nice shot from Redmi Note 9 is way better than Redmi 9. Camera flexibility is present again in the Redmi Note 9. And there's nothing unusual here because the price is fair. Performance-wise, Redmi Note 9. It is more powerful than Redmi 9. It's just that Helio G80 is the first to receive optimization. On the other hand, we can look forward to receiving the MIUI 12 skin for a promising stable performance on Redmi Note 9. Both phones are good and they have a good price to performance ratio. Of course, if you add an extra buck, you will get more. The best thing is Redmi 9 is the budget phone that offers more specs than it costs. It has ideal specs compared to other smartphones with the same price range. And Redmi Note 9, we are still looking for better optimization and we are waiting for the MIUI 12 again on software updates. That's it. We hope we enlightened you and we're happy to help you with your purchasing decision. If you need more info, if you're still undecided on which one to buy, we have full reviews on these two phones on our website. The link will be on the description box below. If you learned something from us, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and don't forget to visit manilashaker.com for more tech news, reviews, and comparison of the latest device. I'm Marshadel from Manila Shaker. Mabuhay, Manila!